adventuring in the lands of Toivoa. Specifically, you are here in the town of Nausea, a port town where you have returned to like your home base to recover and collect new information about what's going on in the world and the various adventure paths that you currently have. Last week, after a bit of dining at your new favorite restaurant, Giancarlo's, we had a bit of information gathering between Islarin and Covet, talking to Leslie and Zutono Sherez, and we ended with you guys in the magnificent mansion. At the end of having gotten a long rest, you were ejected back out into the Longstriders Consortium bedroom, where you guys have decided to rest for the day, and that's where we pick up. As you guys have taken your long rest and are now in the bedroom upstairs of the consortium. What would you like to do? A little quiet today. Okay. Well, we did fade to black last night. As you should. I love how big his smile is. That is hilarious. Oh, we can't hear them. Oh, let me go ahead and fix that. For some reason, can't hear them.
And offland? Are we hanging around? What are we doing?
I believe that we had made the decision to go to the Protectorate in order to go to Ojukbo, in order to go to the Grove, and as well to go to the Corarial Island.
I agree. I think that's what we all agreed to.
Right, but that's not now, is it?
Yeah.
When do you plan on doing this? If not,
I mean,
we understand
so we have a way of leaving right now, and we don't have a means of transportation, which means we don't have provisions for it.
Do.
What? Say again?
Yeah, we need to find Ace Bernstein, a arcane attorney at law down at the docks. He can help us get a ship.
I mean, let's go see him. We might as well see the shyster.
Kiki, you sound like you have some experience in dealings with this individual.
No, I just, I don't trust lawyers overall, but I don't have any experience with this guy.
You have lawyers at the monastery?
No, we had lawyers before I got to the monastery. I used to live on the streets. We didn't. Some of my friends got into trouble. I don't get into trouble.
I don't think we've heard this story, Kiki.
Da da da.
Da, da, da. I mean, there's not a lot of story to tell. After I was hatched, I couldn't find my parents, so I was living near the monastery, not in the monastery. I hadn't met the master at that point, and I had some friends, and we used to live sort of as best we could. And some of us got into trouble because sometimes when you need stuff, you just got to take it.
Twilight's taking notes to see if he can't turn this into a tall tale. So you say you were hatched?
Yes.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Of course he does. He's a bird.
Okay, so no storks were involved. All right. How?
You don't know that. He could be half stork.
I mean, my legs are pretty tall, compared to my brothers.
I almost got her. That was gonna be good.
Well, the thing is that where we live, there actually are storks, so it just cracks me up just a little bit.
It makes for a very tall blue jay. I'm not going to say anything more.
It's called genetics.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting one to watch in nature.
Yeah.
It's a really big egg.
I mean, if I ever meet my parents, I'll ask them about it.
Oh my god.
Is it
Oh my god.
down from above, or is it slumming it?
And you got Ayla.
It's called riding the air current.
I like
5 o'clock here, Aowen.
10 o'clock here.
So I'm not sure if you heard about this aerial maneuver, but they were inverted. And then flipped in the bird.
There you go. They were putting on a show, and things got a little out of hand.
Somewhere there was a goose involved.
Ow.
So wait a minute, hold on. We're talking about a goose. We're talking about
Wait.
Where'd the pelican come from?
Where did pelican come from? I don't even know where a pelican came from.
Twilight, this is turning into one very tall tale.
Oh, you see what happened?
No, we stop. We have children in the mix.
A blue jay, a
That's
stork.
exactly what we're talking about.
Enough.
And a night of enchantment.
A night of enchantment.
The goose said out.
Oh my gosh.
There we go.
And
Off the
there's
rails.
Kiki's backstory, real quick.
I love
For
that.
those of you who were wondering, I didn't think anyone would be interested, so didn't mention it.
Oh wow.
Get your copy today, $9.95.
Okay, for the record, this went down
Sounds
It was
like I
on
need to get.
sled.
Sounds like I need to get Mio from the Tuesday group to write this story.
Hilarious.
For those who don't know, he is the one who has written The Scent of the Sea and The Weasel in the Meat Locker. So
That's amazing.
Amazing.
I love that so much.
I'm on the second edition. or volume?
Second printing? First
No,
edition?
the second book. I gave the first one to Kiki.
Yeah, I'd started it last week when we were in the Magnificent Mansion.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely.
All right. So, are you guys going down for breakfast?
Oh, I think we got to start with breakfast. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, breakfast is the best way to start the day.
Awesome. So as you guys go downstairs to the main hall, Brad is not to be seen.
Okay, I didn't see Brad last night. I didn't see Brad this morning. I'm scared.
Brad comes barging out of the kitchen. Yes! What can I do? I'm sorry. Excuse me. What? Is he here?
I was making sure you're okay, dude.
He's looking paranoid around the tavern real quick.
Why are you paranoid?
He's not here, is he?
Who?
I've arrived. You can calm down.
Nobody. He's not here, is he?
I'm right here.
Nobody.
Who are you looking for?
Nobody.
Nobody who?
Brad.
Uh,
Brad. No one who.
Not no one, nobody.
Well, nobody who.
He's a red-haired dwarf. He's not here, is he?
How can he be a dwarf if he's got no body?
Here, what? No. Here, have some granola and some oat milk. And he puts it on the table and runs back into the kitchen.
What's going on, Brad? Is there anything we can do to help?
Just keep him out of the kitchen, please. I don't want to deal with him. He's a terror against food.
What does he do?
Brad comes over to you conspiratorially and kneels down next to the table as if he's taking cover. He orders his steaks well done. He puts ketchup on his steaks. He eats raw bacon. He's a menace to society.
Ayla, is this your arch enemy?
Yeah.
Seems like it.
I'm sure
Like
he
you
doesn't
found the
add
big
butter
bacon.
to anything.
Probably not. Probably doesn't salt anything either.
He asks for no seasoning.
No!
Neff. Oh.
He likes brown rice.
Ew.
Smother it with enough
Nobody likes
gravy.
brown rice.
But, you know.
He orders fish.
Shrimp.
He orders fish boiled.
Ew. Ayla, I need chicken and waffles to make it better.
Do that. I'm doing it now.
Oh, you can't go in the kitchen. I'm going to go ahead and take care of it. I'll get you some chicken and waffles. So he runs back into the kitchen.
I wonder if nobody's related to anybody. Are they cousin to somebody?
As Brad comes back out into the dining room, he's going to slide the chicken and waffles onto the table real quickly and look nervously up at the stairs. As he does so, you hear, I think I'm going to have some plain bread today.
Ew.
And Brad runs into the kitchen.
Ew.
White, I bet.
A
that's
dwarf
gross.
standing 4'1" with bright red hair comes down the stairs and into the main eating area. He looks around and notices some bread that has been left out on a table overnight. Oh, perfect. That'll do great. Walks over and just takes a bite out of it.
You see a small tear slide down Covet's face.
Now hold
I
on.
think I'm
The stale
break
bread
it
can be kind of
up.
good, you know.
But with nothing on it.
I call those croutons.
Yeah.
but they're not in a salad.
Or toasted. They really, you should toast it.
Yeah. Toast it. If it's gonna be stale and dry, it better be that way for a reason.
Yeah.
A couple other people come down following the dwarf and grab him and escort him out the door.
Oh boy. Were they part of his party? I hope.
It looked like it. He wasn't resisting.
Brad, he's gone.
Brad comes running out. But he could come back at any moment.
Here, stand here for a second, and I pull out my lavender stone that his wife had given me from the beginning of our campaign, and just put it on the counter and just say breathe on the table and say breathe in this lovely lavender scent. Breathe in, calm down. It'll be okay.
Brava. Goose Brava.
I know. There's nothing more complicated today than trying to lead a simple life.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
He's terrorizing me. He keeps trying to come in the kitchen too. He wants to change my recipes.
No. Your recipes are perfect.
Well, thank you. Okay. Well, are the waffles and chicken good?
I take a bite, and how do they taste, GM? Do they taste wonderful?
They
as
taste
usual?
wonderful. Yes.
They taste wonderful, GM. Brad, they taste wonderful. Thank
Brad,
you.
these are wonderful. We need to exchange recipes because I make this too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Sure. And I would have Brad's recipes, except for Brad hasn't sent them to me, and I'm angry at him.
It's been 2 months. Holy smoke. Okay.
It has been 2 months since I asked Brad for his recipes.
Brad, we calling you out, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I will send him a clip of us calling him out.
Please do.
Because I really would like to try Brad's recipes. I mean,
Yes.
mine's good, but I think his is better than mine.
We'll see. For those who don't know, real life Brad runs a farmer's market in Fairbanks, Alaska, and has a subscription service for vegetables and various recipes every week.
And let me tell you, they're yummy.
Yep. Goosefoot Farms. Check them out.
So, hey, Brad, what do you know about this ace lawyer dude?
Ace Bernstein? Well,
Yeah.
he's an occasional visitor. I haven't seen him in quite a while, though.
Is
Nice
he on
guy.
a retainer?
Not me, no. I can't exactly
What
afford a
consortium?
lawyer. Not that I'm aware of. Maybe? I'm not sure. I handle the food.
And it's wonderful. Thank you, Brad.
Uh-huh.
We really appreciate you.
Sure, no sweat.
Yes, we do.
Now I gotta go and serve the rest of the table's good food as opposed to what he... And he looks nervously at the door. What he recommended. He recommended just plain grape nuts.
Ew. Can you... That thought... can you, like...
That's a wince of pain. I can see Kiki's camera. He's like, ew.
My mother loved those, but even she mixed them with something.
I have to put honey on mine. I love them, but they have to have honey.
I like them, but yeah, half and half and sugar for me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure.
Mother mixed them in yogurt or in ice cream.
So, could we get a round of coffee, too? That would be great.
Of course.
I think we need it.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a brand new Indosian blend that I'd like to share.
Ooh. Okay.
And
I'm for it.
he goes to the kitchen, and 20 seconds later comes back out with
That
a
was
full
fast.
pot of steamy Indonesian blend coffee.
She goes
Smells
into
wonderful.
while she's breathing in the aroma of the coffee, she takes her lavender stone and put it back in her pack.
All right. Well, there you go. Cream, sugar.
Yes, of course.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
He puts a little pitcher of cream in a whole little bowl of sugar off to the side there.
I'm gonna. This looks amazing. Thank you, Brad. You're amazing. And don't worry about
Absolutely amazing.
what's his name.
Of course, nobody, right? And he heads off.
So, Islam, what can you tell us about the protectorate?
That is a broad question.
Do's and don'ts is a great one.
Well, I would say do show respect and deference. Don't
Don't breathe in
I
the water.
suppose. Unless you have a way to adapt to it.
That might be something we need to look into.
For real.
But
Yeah, maybe we should get like some potions to help us swim or breathe water or things like that.
That would be a good idea. Real quick, that being said, what to help us get these things is Lauren, what jewelry did you end up making to help us be able to, afford these things?
I still have much to actually complete, but I did put together a ring that if Twilight were to wear it, I believe he would enjoy it. It complements his choice of fashion quite well in its black and green nature, as well as conveying hope, positivity, strength, and decisiveness, and optimism, which I believe suits him. Made this anklet of Jasper and Spinel for Kiki as well.
Well, thank you.
It
Appreciate
symbolizes endurance, determination, hope, and joy for life, at least according to the traditions that we ascribe to the various gems.
Which gems are in it?
Jasper and Spinel. I know.
That's very nice. Thank you so much.
That would really be pretty.
That's amazing.
Would be.
Out of character just a little bit. Just make sure that when you that you go into the group loot and adjust that as necessary.
Yep. So that. I will work on doing that. But the ring is worth 400 gold pieces, and the anklet is worth 300. Thorn will hand ring to Twilight and the anklet to Kiki for them to do what they'd like with it.
Would you say that it on the description of it?
Yeah, let me. I'll just post it in chat.
Okay.
I like giving these things names.
Just like any weapon, a piece of jewelry that is supposed to be helpful should also have a name.
Nice.
That is an awesome name.
Yeah.
Impending goodness, impending doom. We don't know. We'll find out.
Absolutely. Stay tuned.
I mean, impending dusk for twilight. I think that makes sense.
The impending dad
Unrelenting
joke.
flowing water of that.
As far as we were talking about do's and don'ts. My people can be very focused on what there is to do and what must be done. That is to say, if you are asked for something, it is not necessarily polite to protest. I can't imagine that as visitors you will be tasked with such things, but
But we are your friends, but
Yes,
we might.
yes.
So we might.
yes, especially if I am asked to do things. It may cause a stir, given that my being here in the first place is in somewhat direct defiance to the duty that is ascribed to me by Protectorate.
And what was that exactly?
They wish for me to take a larger role within the military, but one that would not have allowed me to serve more directly. A more, in my view, a more diplomatic function than what a warrior. Not lost on me the irony that if I am to return, it will be to do exactly that.
So what made you leave? Did you want to be more of a warrior rather than a diplomat? Because you can do just as much as a diplomat as a warrior. Just
I'm
different
learning that.
fields of battle.
But the field of battle that I wanted to fight on, and that I still want to fight on, one that does not look to alliances over solving petty conflicts as means of power, but instead I wished to be one, and I still wish to be one who would stand between my people and the greatest dangers of this world and beyond.
That's the thing. As a diplomat, you can be. It's just, think of it as a game of chess. There are plays and power plays. You have to be one step ahead of the other, just like as you would in real battle. But ultimately, you're dealing with nations rather than pieces on a board.
Yes. But in my view, take it from what it took to rescue Shalom. I do not believe that there was any sort of negotiation with the giants or with Neverwhirl that could have caused them to relent, at least without causing further undesirable consequences. It took 6 dedicated individuals, skilled, unafraid, disrupting their operation, beating it in order to free her. And then it took our skill at negotiation to hopefully ensure that Cologne would show restraint in her return to the world.
Well,
That is to
any good
say,
diplomat.
both.
Well, any good diplomat would wish that war is the last resort. It's not always easy, but words can have just as much power as any blade. And I think you could do well with it. And if there's anybody who knows how to turn a phrase, it is you.
That I am not so certain of.
Which tells me
appreciate
you are ready.
Let's just say there is
It
a
has-
time for everything. There's a time for fighting. There's a time for diplomacy. And it's Lauren, you're good at both.
Agreed.
It is said that it does not do well to have negotiation done by cowards or fighting done by fools.
And you are neither.
Exactly.
So, as I do, and as each of you know me pretty well, whenever I don't know exactly what I'm doing, I put on my bright red lipstick and walk in with confidence and power and fake it till I make it. You just don't let anybody know. You got it. And I think you're ready.
They won't try to keep you there, will they? If you go back?
Oh God, I hope not. Will they?
I do not know. It's a possibility that they will try. If they do, my intention is that I would not accept such a constraint.
That's
What we are
pretty
doing,
good.
what we are doing, is more important than anything else I'm aware of right now that we could be doing.
Is that going to take some convincing? And would there be other things levied in order to secure that convincing?
I'm certain of this. I'm certain that uh, does come down to that I will need to make a promise for what I will do in the future when this is done. The more leeway I ask for, the more I will have to promise that I may not necessarily wish to. But that is what it takes, then that is what it takes. Alternatively, they could see use for me being out on the surface and out in the world. Could encourage the course of action that we are on. We could see that he stands to benefit from it. Anxiously awaiting what will happen.
Well, please know that no matter what happens, we are on your side.
Is
Not
there
be
anything that you
on my side or anyone else's side other than the side of what is right. My side ceases to be what is right. I would expect you to do the right thing.
Without a doubt.
would there be things that you would need to do here in Nausha to prepare for an eventual return?
There are still items I would wish to purchase, but apart from that, I do not expect that will take very long, and apart from continuing to work on the remaining gems we have, which I do not expect to complete before we depart, I expect I will be ready myself in short order.
And Aowen, what about you? What would you need to take care of here in Nausha before we were to depart?
I don't think there's anything I need to do at the moment.
You don't need to go see Mr. Vern or to see the Blue Cloaks or any additional activities?
No, I don't believe so.
You are talking. A woman walks in through the front door. She is strikingly beautiful. She has hair that comes down to the back of her knees in a long braid, and she's walking with a large staff. She's going towards the job board.
Twilight nudges Covet and just nods his head in the direction of the lady to get Covet's attention.
She looks at her. Does she recognize her at all?
Roll a history check.
Hey, Kiki, pick your beak up off the table, Bran. Come on.
With a 23, you've heard tell of a monk named Sweet August Rose that comes in and out of the consortium from time to time. She's over near the job board right now and is currently putting a job on the board. Things you know about her is that she comes from the land of Shu and seems to usually be going around with a blue-cloaked individual by the name of Amer Shestina, who has been leaving skywriting around Nausha lately. As she posts the job on the job board, she looks concernedly around. If anyone would like a job, it's a good paying one. And she
What's it about?
It's about a local merchant that needs assistance. Please consider it carefully. The deposit's already been placed with Mr. Shiraz.
Which merchant?
Agnes Farboiler.
We were just over there. He's not in there.
Right. Hence the job. Read the posting. I need to go. And she's going to leave the consortium.
It was nice meeting you.
Do you know who that is? Do you know who that is, Kiki? I do.
Oh no, I just think that she is strikingly beautiful.
Her name's Sweet August Rose. She is a really awesome monk.
Sweet. Say again.
From which monastery?
Sweet August
What-
Rose.
And welcome back, Ava. Sounds like we can
Oh.
hear you again.
So which monastery did she come from with that 23?
With the 23, she has not revealed that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Iki, maybe you can go talk to her about monk stuff.
Yeah, maybe we could talk about, serene waters.
And how you hit things like really, really hard.
Repeatedly.
Again and again.
Over and over.
Those long legs kind of stork-like when you think about it.
Wow.
We have come full circle. I am proud of you, Kiki.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So
Like
with that
father,
note,
like
Tubman
son,
gets
I
up-
understand.
So with that, Kiki,
The egg doesn't fall far from the tree.
Tubman looks at Kiki
You mean
and
the
just
stork.
kind of raises
That
her
doesn't fall
eyebrow
apart
and
from
shakes
the
her
stork.
head and goes and checks out the board.
Okay. So, we're going to go ahead and, because you're checking out the board, I'm going to show you, and only you, the job posting. It's in your handouts.
Govlet, what's it say?
Hold on, it's being real slow. It's not getting any bigger.
That's what he said.
Okay, there it is. Attention, please. I will give 5,000 gold pieces to the person or party that is able to locate the alchemist Agnes Farboiler and his assistant Jimmy and provide a pair of whatever assistance they need to be able to get back to work. If you are able to complete this task, please bring proof of completion to the Longstriders Consortium. To sweeten the deal, in addition to the monetary compensation, I am willing to owe a personal favor to whomever completes this task, which can be negotiated at a later time. Sweet August Rose, Spirits and Fellowship.
There you go, Kiki. There's your chance.
I'm open for any and all voiceover acting. Just let me know.
So I will now post that for everybody. There you go.
A personal favor. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
She stomps on his foot.
Ow.
I mean, it might be it seems like it's a pretty sweet deal.
From Sweet August Rose.
I mean, but we were over there. We looked around the shop. There wasn't anything.
I mean, there were tracks, but we lost them.
And here we were trying to help him out by securing the lockbox.
She looks at him and just glares.
What?
I'm still saying.
No, you're smoking.
But even though we lost the footprints, they've got to be somewhere. We know they were after Jimmy, and I can't help but think that Agnes tried to hide him too.
But as much as a good alchemist is hard to find, that doesn't help us with this whole Fae and material plane debacle we've got going on.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. We've got to be careful around the shadows. That's how they're getting in. They come in through the shadows.
Do we need a really bright light?
I guess. I'm not happy with it either.
We were talking about maybe needing some potions to breathe underwater. Agnes can be very, very helpful with that.
Or maybe Judas.
We definitely need to seek Judith.
We were just there yesterday.
You were. Some of us were staying out of trouble. Isn't that right, is Lauren?
Some of us do not go actively seeking it out.
That's right. Some of us were getting pampered at a spa.
Some of us were cooking.
No, some of you were jailbirds.
No, that was after.
I still like the spa idea.
So what's the plan?
Or we go
I mean-
seek out this attorney?
Yeah, let's do that first, and then we can see what we need to outfit it, and then close up any additional requirements that we've got here in Nausha.
Outfit.
If we need some
that
magic
is
to
a
help us,
reminder. You may wish to have formal outfits to visit the Protectorate.
Underwater?
They're not all underwater.
No, they would have to have outposts for air breathers like us. Isn't that right, Islar?
Yes. Tends to wear garments that are flowing, not necessarily as restrictive as some of the formal wear I've seen up on the surface, but for certain functions, it may be useful.
So necessary for, say, something you'd see in court?
but we should ask the attorney.
Be neat if one of the ships he has seized had formal clothing on board.
It'd be nice, but I'm not holding my breath.
I just said it would be nice.
Well,
I would like to go by a shop where I could maybe purchase some things. And I think we might want to look into. I don't know. Is Lauren? Would it be? I know you're saying there's an outpost for air breathers, but should we have some kind of like something to help us swim, breathe water?
That would be ideal.
maybe you could get the anklet that you have enchanted with like water breathing or something.
Oh, do you know somebody who enchants?
I think Judith might, or even Charnellen.
Oh, right. I'm very, very interested.
Yeah, where would we go to get formal clothing?
Definitely Judith.
And I
Or
wonder-
a tailor.
Or a tailor.
Look at Ayla Taylor.
Yes, that's
Can
my
we
family
find a tailor
background.
that's swift?
Oh my god!
Fast work. We don't have to hang out more than what we need to.
God, that's so wow! That's beautifully done! Oh my god!
I'm
You
just
did
gonna
that
shake that
with
off.
the batting an eye.
I'm just gonna shake that entire thing off.
Gosh. I wonder if they'll leave a blank slate, a blank space on their list for me. Oh wow!
Don't worry, I'm sure they'll write your name in.
No,
It's all right.
that'd be good.
When I started this campaign, I knew you were trouble.
Ah!
Of course, right when I walked in.
Oh god!
But now you guys belong with me.
Okay, this is so 1989.
It's okay. You need to calm down.
Oh, don't tell a woman to calm down. No.
All right.
Why don't we start out by going to Judith's and see what she can do for us first, and then we go from there.
You might know where Ace Bernstein is at.
I know the Ace Bernstein's at the docks.
And we're going to need a ship to get to the Protectorate, right?
Yep.
Well, that's why we need to see Ace.
Yeah, so we should probably start at Judas and then go down to the docks.
Ace Bernstein, attorney at law
All right.
for Arcane.
So
How do you know that?
You guys going down to the docks?
Yes.
Okay. Out we go
We're going to.
to the docks.
We're going to the docks first to see what we need to get the ship and to outfit it.
Okay.
We might need that 5,000 gold pieces.
Yep.
Something broke there. For some reason, my audio just cut out. We'll fix that here in a moment. All right.
I understand.
Yeah. No, it's good. All right. So you guys go down to the docks here in Nausea. And as you go up and down the docks, you see that there's a couple Josozai vessels that have been captured instead of burnt.
Good.
What would you guys like to do? You looking for Ace Bernstein?
Yep.
Yep.
Please roll an investigation check. And I do know that Eowyn's character sheet is not working. I have a ticket in with D&D Beyond right now.
I personally think the ship should have been burnt.
Yeah?
No.
So, Twilight is obsessed with a distraction that he sees up in the air.
Actually, Twilight is wrestling on whether or not he really wants to step inside a particular church.
Well, the rest of you can see Ace Bernstein walking up and down the docks, doing business.
He even looks like a lawyer.
As he's coming off the gangplank of a ship, he is waved at by a couple of people on board the ship. One of them being a little bugbear person with very long arms. As he comes down onto the docks, he walks up to you. Hello, can I be of service? You seem to be in need of assistance in the legal field, yes?
Yes. We
He hands you a
have been
business
sent.
card. Ace Bernstein, attorney at law. How can I be of assistance?
Yes, I've been sent to speak with you by a mutual friend, Leslie, to acquire a ship.
Oh, yes, right this way. We've already taken the paperwork for a couple of ships. You have a couple of choices available to you. We have that one, and that one. And he points to 3 identical ships.
Okay, and how many people does it take to run a ship like this size?
He looks at you blankly. I'm not at liberty to discuss that, but according to the paperwork that we've been able to acquire, the ship can be sailed by as little as 3 people.
Sounds good. I appreciate it, Ace. Is this fully decked out? I mean, does it have rations and things like that, or is that something that we need to acquire?
I don't know. I haven't done an inventory of the ships, but if you'd like to, we can go ahead and grant you access to one of these ships. You said this was from Leslie. One moment. Madam, I have a group here. What were your names?
We are known as Us Against the Gods.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's a long story behind
And your
it.
name?
My name's Covet.
Madam, I have a lady by the name of Covet claiming... Oh. Yes, you have a permission to take one of these 3 deeds. Which would you like? The Abigail, the Bolston, or the Shibog?
I like the Abigail.
Very well. He will hand you the deed to the Abigail. It's the second one over there. Go ahead and help yourselves. Have a nice day. I do need you to sign here, and here, and here, and then over here, please. Yes, over here, and here. And then
like I'm
the release of liability, the deed. I need you to sign that I am not responsible for any of the contents on board. Anything else that you need?
I think we're good. I think I've just signed my life away yet again. Okay. Interesting. Oh, okay. Is that it? Is that all you need from me, sir?
Of course.
Legally?
Enjoy your ship. I am not responsible for it sinking. And he will walk away.
Fair enough.
Can I use my knowledge of water vehicles to do a thorough inspection of the ship?
Yeah.
You gonna go over and check out the ship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have done that first.
Without having inspected the ship, you've accepted the Abigail as being the ship of choice.
Twilight glares at Covet.
It was overwhelming. Leave me alone.
Why we're here to support each other?
Shut up and just jack the ship.
Uh-huh.
What's done is done. There's nothing I can do.
You'll pay for that one later.
Promises, promises.
So a water vehicle for inspection, or what would I use for the inspection? This ship?
We can go ahead and roll your investigation check, please.
I can't use water vehicles.
You can use water vehicles to determine the shipworthiness of the ship. But as far as inspecting the other parts of the ship, it would be something different.
All right, so we'll use water vehicles first.
Wait.
Okay.
So an 18 for the overarching.
Sure. You check the ship. The ship has been taken care of very nicely. It is a very fast ship designed for military assaults on ports. So it has a shallow draft and could be beached without a problem. It is very utilitarian in nature, in that there's not a lot of creature comforts outside of the captain's quarters, which are currently locked.
All right, and then I wish to investigate the ship itself,
Okay.
and we'll follow up with an additional guidance on this.
Cool. So, you checking the ship for everything else. So with a 14, you're able to check the ship, and everything else looks pretty much empty. The cargo hold has several barrels of salt that had been used to store dry goods for a while. There's nothing left in them. The food supplies were very restricted to only what was necessary to get here to Nausea. There is no excess food. There is no excess water. There are no personal possessions in the various cabins. The hammocks are intact and had been left here. And the captain's quarters are still locked and closed.
I think we need to open that captain's quarters.
I do too.
Is there a crow's nest?
There is.
I think I know Kiki's favorite spot.
No, Kiki, that's for crows.
Well, what about that being Urgel's spot if Kiki doesn't want?
We can share.
You don't cuddle up with a dead bird.
Why not?
I didn't say cuddle.
Hey, Urgle, you want to go check out the crow's nest?
What? You want me to check
go
out?
check-
God damn it! You want me to go and check that out?
Yeah, I thought that may be a great place for you to be. I know that you want your space.
Ah, fine. Yeah. And he flies up there in his little undead wings.
Isn't he cute? In an undead sort of way.
She do that.
Arcane, it does wonderful things.
While everybody's
Okay.
distracted, Twilight's going to make
Wonderful.
an attempt at the captain's quarters.
It is locked. How are you going to get in?
Thief's tools.
Okay.
$18.
You unlock the door.
I make sure that there's no triggers on the door before I open it.
Okay. Please roll an investigation check.
I need to get new dice.
Okay. So, you don't,
Hey, Owen, that's great. Oh, now he checks.
so you don't find any traps on the door. It's obviously fine.
Obviously. I open the door.
Awesome. I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw with DC 15.
It goes up in his face.
The dexterity saving
Not
throw.
within.
DC. You were not within
I'm
10
waiting for
feet
my
of the
character.
door. Nope.
It's still loading. Give me a second. It's a
He's on his
DC 20
bad
plus
on
9.
Okay. 20 plus 9.
But I'm going to do it.
So with the 24, you dodge and are able to grab a hold of the glass vial that fell off the top of the door before it broke.
Ooh, what is this glass vial?
Ooh, baby, that was fast. Good job.
What is this glass vial I caught?
You look at it, roll medicine check.
I can help.
Sure. Are you proficient in medicine?
Proficient in alchemy.
Okay, then yes. So,
Alright.
you have no idea
Yes,
what this
yes,
is, but it is green.
I will hand this green vial over to Covet. Hey, best if you hang on to this.
Okay. Can I identify it?
You can roll your medicine check.
Medicine or alchemy?
Alchemy's fine.
12.
You do not know what that is.
I'm not much better. Can I use my inspiration to fix
You
that?
may. Inspiration comes in and rolls as
Does not make much better.
Very well. So you do not know what that is.
I don't know what this is. It's
Got
really
one
cool
job
looking
on this.
though. First
That
one.
potions guy that we were talking about might know. Maybe we should find him.
Might be a good idea.
Alright, now that I caught the vial out of the air, what do I see inside the captain's cabin?
Inside the captain's cabin, it is much different than the rest of the ship. Apparently, all the creature comforts were reserved for the captain. There's a king-size bed with satin sheets. There's pillows galore, bolsters all over. It is luxurious in here. There's a charting table with very nice high back chair. And in the corner, the thing that catches your eye is there's a chest in the corner of the room, obviously containing some sort of goodies.
Hey, look, a chest. I wonder if it contains some sort of goodies.
Got one job on this ship.
You know, the last time I opened a door or a chest or pulled a lever or went through some type of activity, they had some traps.
So I'm gonna look. That being said, are you asking for help, baby?
I wonder if we should check for traps.
I'm gonna check for arcane traps, and I can read any magical
Sure.
rooms.
Visual
So if there are any, I can.
Sure.
Oh God, I hate it when you say it like that. That's so scary.
What's the worst that could happen?
That
Hey, that's what I'm
What
saying.
Oh my
scares
God.
me?
You
There's a boss
don't
from-
find any arcane traps?
everything seems fine. I'm changing my dice. Everything was fine, babe.
Well, I like
You're changing them right after having rolled all the bad rolls out of them?
Hey, maybe. Okay, you're scaring me. I'm fine. I'll keep my dice. But if they're bad, it's your fault because you convinced me not to change them.
Okay,
Twilight will do his own check.
sure. Looks fine to you.
Awesome. I will pick the lock.
Oh,
You
jeez.
picked the lock? Awesome. Please roll your sleight of hand check.
Can I help you? Like, I'm pretty good at this.
With picking locks?
Yeah, I'm pretty good with picking locks.
Would you like to pick this lock?
Oh, I don't need to, but I'm happy to help you. You know, I did a little bit back in the day.
I really need to know what you did in your childhood. It seems to be a lot more extensive than what you're letting on.
Yeah,
And
see,
yes,
you
I
did a
did-
great job there.
Yes, I'm using that word.
That's
specifically
why I'm
for
supposed to
you, GM.
listen to the clip.
That's it.
All right. So, with an 18, Twilight, you break the wax seal containing the arcane rune for disintegrate.
She sees that and she goes, no! Spell! Spell!
It's
Counter spell!
not
Counter
anyone
spell!
casting a spell. No one's casting. It's the trap. Twilight's call. I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw of a DC 16, or you will suffer a 9th level disintegrate.
Oh, holy shit.
I liked. What is with you and the traps?
We did the
Never,
investigation.
never, ever break wax seals.
I don't think you should. I don't think it's you who should be checking anymore.
Natural 20.
So, with a
Nice.
natural 20, the disintegration beam fires out and punctures a hole through the top of the deck.
Holy
Unlock
crap.
You're able to unlock the chest.
At that point, Covet runs over and tackles him to the ground and is like, oh my god!
That last part about the arcane bit, like I couldn't help you with that. But you did good on the lock.
Yeah, appreciate it. Dude, what was that wax thing?
I don't know. Coven said there was no magic attached to it, so I'm sure it was just a light beam.
I got distracted. What can I say? Big bed over there. It's nice. I haven't had one of those since I left home.
So the damage would have been, and this is the fun part, just to see the die roll, 106 damage.
Oh my crap.
That is 15 greater than my total health pool.
You would have turned to dust.
Yeah. Yeah, you also can't bring somebody back from disintegrate, right? Like
No.
except with like greater restoration or something.
Oh,
Or a wish spell.
wish spell.
Wish.
True resurrection.
True resurrection. Yeah, greater.
And it has to be done within what? A minute?
100 years.
Okay.
Or a
I think
minute.
we'd have time.
Or a minute.
That would have been
A minute
rad.
does classify as being within 100 years. Just saying. All right. So you open the chest, and inside you see a variety of various wealthy things. There's some coins in there. There's a medallion. There's a leather belt. There's a saddle. There's a cup with a diamond set in the front of it, a linen cloak, a belt with 3 vials of ink, a rapier and a dagger, and a very fancy pipe.
The coins disappear before I call Covet over to identify some of the items that are
Very
in.
well, then I will send these to you, sir, and only you. There you go, sir. Okay, so Twilight calls Covet over. Covet, this chest just attempted to disintegrate your husband. Are you going to go over to the chest?
Yes, because if there's something that tries to disintegrate somebody, there's something valuable in it. So she starts to identify each item
Sure.
virtually.
Sure. As you go through the various items, I will send you what they are. Here you go for Covet. You will also find that at the bottom of the chest there is a series of papers containing the deeds and manifests for the ship.
I pull those out too.
Are those different than the deed that she already has?
Indeed.
Indeed.
Thank you. Yes, these
Okay,
are references to the Church of Imkale being the owner of the ship. The documents you have been provided by Ace Bernstein legally invalidate these as they are newer deeds.
That being said, with what I and with what, how do I put this? With my background with MKL and things like that, I'm taking notes of names, places,
Sure.
what, where this place, where this ship has been,
Okay.
what it was for, the whole 9 yards. I am like taking stock in everything.
Sure. It's very short list. The ship was built and commissioned in the city of Garden Soil. It was commissioned by Cecilia Evangeline Credence I, and the captain was ordered to go to Nausea and rid the city of the heretics.
Oh, so this was one of the ships that brought the bad guys.
Oh, that's not fun. Okay. Well, apparently it was sent here to get rid of the heretics. And Cecilia, the first, was the one that commissioned this, and it was from Garden Soil. And that being said, Garden Soil in particular, does that ring any bells for Covet in particular?
Oh, yes. You don't even need to roll a history check on this. Garden Soil is the headquarters of the Church of MKL in Toivoa. The church is a militant and repressive organization that believes that arcane magics should be eradicated, as magic should only be gifted by the gods. Thus, anyone who practices arcane spells or druidic spells or any other type of magic that is not gifted by MKL himself should be wiped off of the planet, as they are an affront to the faith. Now, you will know that that is not the opinion of all worshippers of MKL, but rather the militant church from Garden Soil. People here in Reston are more open-minded than that and view everyone as being equal in death.
MKL herself doesn't share that opinion.
From what you
MKL
understand,
herself.
that's correct.
MKL herself only believes in the final death.
So Twilight will go around and giving 16 platinum, 3 gold, 16 silver, and 11 copper to each person in the party.
How much
Good
again?
job.
16 platinum, 3 gold, 16 silver, and 11 copper.
It's in the chat.
Arn will go around the ship and use divine sense, just make sure that we're clear of any unwelcome presences.
Okay, and just to go down the list, you are detecting any celestial, fiend, or undead.
Yes.
So, as you do this, you will detect a slight celestial presence coming from Aowen. You will detect a slight undead and fiendish presence coming from Covet. And you will detect a faint celestial and fiendish presence coming from the ship itself.
Like faint as in like it feels like it's a trace, or that
Traces
Or
that
like an imprint
are no
almost,
longer
or-
here. The ship had been infused with something before, and the lingering traces, and that's it.
being that
So I
professional
have-
satisfied enough to rejoin the group.
Once I am done identifying everything, she just lets the group know, "Hey guys, there's a dragon horn medallion inlaid with with platinum, which is pretty cool. There's a fine leather belt with a gold buckle.
For the record, the Dragon Horn
Um,
medallion matches the medallions that the people at the Dragon's Horn were wearing.
Yeah, it matches the medallions that the people of the Dragon's Horn were wearing.
Got one job on this ship.
And the leather belt is pretty cool too, with the gold buckle. That's about 250 gold ish. And then there's a leather saddle trimmed with lynx fur, which is really, really cool.
Is anything magical?
I'm still going through it. A jet cup with a single diamond, a linen cloak with that's threaded with electrum, and a belt with 3 vials of ink, and a matched +2 rapier and +2 dagger. That's actually really cool. those both of those together, kind of dual wielding kind of thing. I don't know. Can any do that? That'd be really cool. And then there's a pipe of smoke monsters. I don't know what that does.
I will display that for you. It looks like this and does this.
It looks like this and does this.
One job on this show.
Does anybody smoke?
Not recently.
Excuse me?
Not
The
since
only
I've
one
been
that's
out.
the only one that's smoking between the two of us is me. I'm just saying, I'm hot. So,
Means I need to take your art now. Put the pipe right there in that hand.
You know what? The pride coming from that couple over there is just overwhelming sometimes.
Yeah?
hey, you gotta flaunt it. I'm just saying. Let me teach you how to sachet, Ayla. It works so well.
Yes, I taught
Yes,
you
I
well.
taught you.
You know what
You
works
didn't
even
teach
better?
me anything.
The bend and snap.
The bend. And she shows it.
Covet. Twilight's distracted by Covet.
How's my performance with that? I'm just gonna roll it for that.
Yes, for fun. The
It
performance,
sucks.
it's nice.
Anybody else want to try it? I think you'd rock it. It's Lauren. I think you could do really, really well at the bend and snap. I'm calling you out.
The thing is, I think
Isn't
Islar
Lauren
as
like
a player
17?
is too young to have seen that movie.
Okay, I'm not that young.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
So you get the reference. Very
So,
well.
are you going to do the bend and snap, Miss Lauren, or no?
Can we stick to the
We'll
subject
take
at
your word
hand?
for it. That it would
Have
be
you finished
effective.
Have you finished identifying all the rest of the things?
That's all the things. I've identified it all, correct, GM?
Yep.
So this is what it is.
Other than that, the chest is bolted to the deck.
Say again. I'm sorry.
The chest is bolted to the deck.
The chest is bolted to the deck. I can't lift it.
What, you can't pick up the ship?
Again, it's bolted to the deck.
Did I ask her to pick up the chest?
No, I just don't know if anybody wants to sell it or something.
Useful for us for storage.
Of course. So I think we should add this stuff to the party loot and then clean all that out before we get moving and use it to pay for whatever we want to outfit the ship for.
I was just thinking Twilight might want to keep that saddle since you keep wanting a pet.
That's what I keep saying.
I mean, there's been 3 Georges and a Phoebe. So you might want to hang on to that.
Well, what about the Griffin?
Griffin.
The Griffin he wanted so bad.
I forgot about that.
Guinevere the Griffin.
I forgot about Guinevere. But at least, but I'm at the point
have thought it
being
suited
that
for a
he's
name like
always
Blake.
wanting to ride some kind of pet. He might as well ride in style and in comfort.
We can leave it in the chest, and if that time comes, and we'll see about it.
mean, it's
So,
got lynx fur and everything. That's going to be good for the pet and for you.
yeah, but I really enjoy bareback. You get in more physical contact with whatever it is that you're riding.
Which may or may not feel good to the pet.
They haven't complained yet.
How do you know? Some of them died at the drop of a hat.
Not because I rode them bareback.
Poor guy. I don't even know what to do with that. I really don't.
I was just thinking.
And I will miss George. And George the second. And George the third.
They taste like chicken.
I personally think you should get over it, Twilight.
Which of the Georges was the one that was that considered me a dinner?
I think that was the first George.
Yeah, that was George the first.
Strange that I do not mourn it.
You really shouldn't hang out in its mouth. It's not encouraging.
He wasn't planning on it. But George had other ideas.
Rapier and dagger set. Is anyone planning to use that, or are we going to use those for our funds?
I already have a +2 rapier, and I get more benefit from not having something in my offhand, so I am not planning on using the +2 rapier and dagger. And it doesn't really fit my fighting style.
Yeah, for what it's worth, my I need to stick with anything that does slashing damage, so it's not going to help me as much. I mean, the dagger does, but the rapier does not. And I think they're a match set.
They are.
They're beautiful, though. Islan, I wonder if you could take those and turn them into a +2 trident. Maybe Charnelling could help us out.
What do you guys think? I mean, I'm open to anything. I mean, it's a great set, and I think it could possibly be used together as well as, possibly be enchanted.
As you say the word enchanted, you guys look up at the clouds above the city of Nausea, and the clouds are changing shape. They're forming words.
Not good.
The words in the clouds say, Amer has blessed the streets with his presence and safety.
Hey, the clouds say Amer has blessed the streets with safety and other things. That's really awesome, isn't it?
One job on this show.
Dude's got a great marketing campaign. I gotta figure out how to do that.
I have a feeling Amir will get along with Renado's Basil.
Yes, you're right.
So, does that mean as long as Amer is blessing the streets with his presence and safety that we don't have to worry about the shadows?
Is he the one that blessed the rains down in Australia?
No, that's something different.
You believe that was us?
Did we bless the rains? I don't remember blessing the rain.
I think the rains blessed us in a way. So who's going to take the +2 rapier and daggers for right now?
I can certainly use them, so I'm happy to carry them. And then if we want to sell them, we can do that later.
I love it. And she hands them to you.
Okay.
Then I'd say everything else we just use to help finance our trip.
Yeah. Are we gonna help out the nice lady, the monk lady?
If we see Farboiler on our way, then I think that would be great. But right now, I don't know what we can do. I mean, his tracks disappeared in the crowd. Now, unless he was snatched up by those that are part of the shadows, which is a possibility, you know, we're not going to find him unless we get there.
Didn't really see a whole lot of clues.
No.
I wasn't with you all, so I just but I could take a look. Although my investigation, I gotta tell you, is not the best.
I mean, I can go with you and help, but I mean, I don't think my investigation is fantastic either.
My investigation's fantastic.
I will say this, when we were looking, we were kind of looking over our shoulder to make sure we weren't being followed too. So maybe it wouldn't hurt to go back and just look one more time.
But that really doesn't help us get the shards that prevent the bleeding over the plains. That doesn't help us get the support we need to go and continue to protect this realm.
It doesn't mean that we can't look out for him while we're on our travel.
Dude was an asshole.
Yeah, but his wife was sweet, and so was Jimmy. So suck it up, Buttercup. If I see Jimmy and Agnes's wife, I'm gonna be all over that. She told me where to go to get my hair done, dude.
Is it really worth risking the plane?
I mean,
Look, when we start putting everything above the needs of our companions and our friends, we're just as bad as the bad guys. I think better.
So we're going to risk the planes for the sake of a ill-tempered alchemist
who has a boy who is very, very important for some reason that we've been advised to try to help find.
The dude's a bone claw.
So,
and here we have the plane bleeding over into the material plane.
You're an ex-king, so
I never claimed to be a king.
Nobody said you were.
You just said
you could have been. Whatever it takes to be better than our enemies is what we need to do.
If there's nothing to go back to, then what's the point?
I'm asking to see if there is something because we were not giving it our full attention.
Absolutely we did.
Which would take us like 5 minutes max. We've spent that much time arguing about it.
I've never seen her so fired up over anything, so I would suggest we just look into it.
Well, she got fired up about this.
I am going to smack you for her. Please.
No, we're supposed to save that for later.
As she smacks him across the back of the head.
Ayla.
Yes.
Are you okay?
Yes, I am. I just don't like seeing us ignore people who have helped us in the past because we've got to go take care of our own little problems. And yes, they're not little, they're big. I know that.
The Bay Rail bleeding over into the material plane is a little problem.
Did I just say it was big? So just chill.
She said it was itty bitty.
She smacked Twilight across the back of the head.
It won't do Agnes any good if there's no material plane to come back to.
We just need to go back and check real quick. It'll be a quick trip.
She grabs Twilight by the tip of the ear and starts riding him down the street towards Farboiler's place again to see if there's anything we missed.
We could have been gone and back by this period of time.
Gee! Why is she dragging him by the tip of the ear?
Pinky,
record
how
deal
about you
so
go
much.
up a little bit and see if you can see anything from
Yeah.
the air that we missed?
I'm gonna fly. Yeah, I'm gonna start flying. As they're arguing, I'm gonna look at Ayla and sort of wink to let her know that I'm gonna head that direction, and I'm gonna fly up above toward the alchemist shop.
Cool.
And Covet is taking Twilight's ear, the tip of his ear, the pointed ear that he has, pressing it extra hard and pulling him down the street with it.
Just know that when there's 4 extra portals that open up, that's on your heads.
And she begins to shove a dirty sock in his mouth.
Who?
You will pay for this later.
I can't understand you. All I hear.
Twilight, it tastes like popcorn. As you guys make your way to Mr. Farboiler's shop, you guys arrive, and the shop is in more disrepair than when you left.
Hey guys, the shop is in more disrepair than when we left. As she
one jump
pulls
on
the
this.
sock out of his mouth.
Can I get you guys to roll an investigation check if you're going inside?
I'm changing my dice. I mean, really? You told me not to change my dice. This is what happened.
See, there is nothing new here.
It's in more disrepair.
That's new.
So, our friend Twilight and Islarin. The two of you will notice that there are footprints on the knocked down door. You can see that the glass has been broken even into smaller shards. The place has been completely ransacked and searched through. When you go to the back room, you can see that people were in here and milling about for a while. The back door has been left open.
Are this evidence of our last incursion into this location?
Yours,
Did we kick
yes.
the door in?
You did not kick the door in. You guys opened the
No.
door.
Right. This door has now been kicked in, and there's a heck of a lot more damage.
Are y'all happy now? See, this looks exactly the way that we left it. With
No, it
all
doesn't.
the things.
The door's
No.
shut behind us. The door is shut behind us. The back door did.
None of y'all know that except for his Lauren.
Eowyn is also investigating. I don't know what your Eowyn. I don't know what your modifier is for investigation,
Sure.
but you can just roll it here and
Yeah, roll a d20. Let's see what you got. Unfortunately, Eowyn does not notice anything.
Are y'all happy now?
No.
3 other portals opened up in the time that we spent here in Far Boiler
Shut up.
Shop.
You're just making us waste more time. Hush.
Did you find anything?
Guys, this place
Have
has
you
been
actually-
ransacked. I mean, I
Somebody
only
else
got
is
a
looking.
10 on investigation, but I can see that.
And it's different from when we
I'm
came in
surprised.
here.
Yes.
It's obviously different than when you guys came in here. The
Very
information that
obvious.
Islarin and Twilight get is that there were people in here having a discussion based off of the footprints in the soot.
so there's soot prints.
They are soot prints, yes. And it's not a few of them. Twilight and Islarin, there are 13 sets of footprints in here.
Twilight does not relay that information.
Does
He
Islarin?
doesn't have to.
There were a great number of people in here, but don't know if we have a way to follow that lead. Well,
Like,
let's see if it's.
continue. I'm
I'm gonna see
sorry.
if wait, is do the footprints just kind of mill around within here? Do they lead anywhere in particular?
Roll your survival check to track them. Thank you.
Gee.
Twilight, you can see that the 13 sets of tracks all go out the back door. Do you care?
No, I do not.
Will you mention it to them, knowing that they would be interested in this?
Are we happy now?
How
No,
it looks at Twilight.
we've not completed the investigation.
He knows something. What that is, you don't know. But Twilight knows something.
She raises an eyebrow at him.
Twilight massages the pain that is in his ear as he looks back at his wife.
Walks over with lots of tongue.
Oh, sure. Now you grovel.
She kisses him again with lots of tongue.
The PDA is getting uncomfortable for the others in the party, I think. Because I don't think we have a lot of people who are watchers in this group.
So now what do you want to do?
I love Aylin's.
I mean,
You guys can't see Aylin's webcam if she's going there.
like technically, as long as the watchers, just not that kind of watcher.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Different type of
Okay, you got him to snort his wine. That is beautiful. That was fabulous, Miss Lauren. Thank you so much.
Did it come out his nose?
Not quite, but Twilight baby, can you tell me what you know? Please.
I mean, as Lauren said that there were people here that came in after us, and that's the extent of it.
What else, baby?
Nothing that isn't worth us spending more time here than what is warranted when we have the end of this plane at stake.
But don't you think we need all the help we can get?
Not relevant to this particular situation.
It can be.
I would say that the last time that we delayed our mission, in search of all the help we could get, when we returned, Bloodsword was dead.
Based off of the assurances, pressures, encouragements, otherwise advice that we should come back later.
I believe you were in favor of that.
I was in favor of looting the cavern, but that's a different story.
Not too much. But that being said, that hurts. That's me.
Very able to find any clues. I have my doubts that we will find any here. We are able to find any leads before we leave, and in a manner that we can complete without delaying our departure. I believe we have room for that, but
The
we
last
should
time
not
we
delay
were
anyway
here-
if necessary.
The last time we were here, we saw footprints that walked out towards the docks from those that had escaped from the alchemist before. So now that we have seen that people have come in after her, after that said point in time, the last time that we were here, they may be curious, they may be other adventurers, they may be other customers. That doesn't mean that they have been involved in what may or may not have accosted the old alchemist. That has nothing to do with the invasion of the plains onto our current state.
Fine, but give me one good look around the building to make sure.
As you wish.
Can I take I'm going to activate my boots of speed and just see if I can investigate the area around the shop.
Okay.
To see if I can find.
Cool. So, need to get an investigation check from Kiki. Kiki, you do not find anything else of note. Covet, you said you wanted to take another look around. That is not an insight check, it is an investigation check.
It's 14.
Okay. Awesome. So Ayla and
I rolled a 19.
yeah, the two of you go checking around the shop for more clues. Unfortunately, Twilight will not find anything else because I don't think he wants to. All right. So, as Ayla and Covet check around the shop, and Eowyn helps because Eowyn, I believe, actually has a pretty decent investigation check. Yes, Schultz.
Oh my god, hilarious.
Which is hilarious and probably not a show you guys can get over there. Just saying.
Actually, yeah. Thanks, Amazon.
That's funny. Just saying. Anyway, you guys can. Eowyn has a +5 to investigation, so that would be a 13. Awesome. So Covet, Ayla, and Eowyn each check around the shop. You were able to find that in the back room, the shards and pieces of the alchemy equipment have been removed. There are long finger marks in the soot that you would associate with Jimmy. It appears that Jimmy has returned to the shop to collect the pieces of his equipment and then left through the back door. There are a number of footprints around that have muddled things in the back alley. However, there is one set of footprints that is very loping and heads off to the east.
Are they small or large footprints?
They are fairly large footprints. They're bigger shoe size than yours.
So, possibly Jimmy's?
Potentially.
So, as of right now, they're alive. And right now, Covet is okay with that.
Have we satisfied y'all's curiosity, morbid or otherwise?
Yes, and there's no need to be snippy about it.
The more time we waste here for a minor petty squabble.
Just quit arguing and let us get our stuff together to go.
Okay.
What's done is done.
They're alive, and that's all I care.
All right.
So let us move on for now.
Cool. You guys head back off into the town. Where are we going? What are we doing?
I'm gonna kind of fall into step with Ayla, just to whisper in voice that I think that ideally only she can hear. Hey, there come times when there are asked to choose between our duty, our companions, and it is not a failure to choose duty. In fact, in many of those circumstances, it is a failure not to.
Yeah, I just felt like we needed to at least go back and look and see if we missed something. And it's not that we missed anything, but we did
Well,
find a little bit more.
And
Doesn't
that
the
is
town
admirable.
sort of need this guy?
He was designated as the local asshole. But Covet will look at his party and he goes,
well,
do what you need to do.
Twilight will.
Talk with who you need to talk to.
Me or you?
Twilight will engage the rest of the party. And says, I have a place I need to go. I will link back up with you on the boat when y'all are prepared to depart.
Okay.
All right. Well, why don't we split up with the things that we're going to get done, so that when we get back together, we can get on the ship and head out. So we're gonna. I think the only thing we need right now, outside of maybe getting some of the clues to find this guy, is some magical items. I mean, if we don't need things to help us with swimming and breathing water, that's okay. But I think that it might be a good idea if we're going to go see the Protectorate.
Yeah.
And I think you agreed, Islaren. And outside of that, I think I just wanted to talk to this Judith person to see if there's a particular kind of cloak that I could use, that if she's got one.
Twilight will also encourage the party that they may want to take steps to convert the boat away from association of the Church of MKL and the Justice Side.
We should perhaps get a flag of the Protectorate.
In 90 seconds, guys. Be right back.
Yeah, we could apply to the Protectorate.
I'm talking about changing sails. I'm talking imaging. I'm talking maybe even figureheads, some other things that convert the boat from what it was, a war vessel of the Justice Eye, to what it is now, the war vessel of us against the gods in service to the consortium.
Yeah, where do we know a shipwright?
I'm sure there's one here along the docks.
And how fast can we get it done?
But I asked that y'all look into it. I've got something I need to take care of.
Okay, just be careful.
Yeah, and if you need us, do you have some way of calling us? Because if you need us, give us a ring.
I should be fine.
Okay.
Kiki's gonna look over at Covet to see if Covet is reacting to that.
At this point, she is raising an eyebrow, but at the same time, she knows that he's going to do what he needs to do.
Hey.
Ayla
Okay,
walks
guys.
over to Twilight. Ayla walks over to Twilight and says, "Just be careful, Twilight. We need you."
So while the party does whatever they need to do, he will head to the destination that I whispered to the GM.
Awesome. Cool. All right. So, we're going to cover where they go first. So, where are you guys going? You going to Judith's?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, y'all mentioned her, so yeah, let's start there.
Okay. So, we go to Judith's Intricacies and Oddities, a magic shop that is bright and clean with orange trim. As you guys walk in, you can smell the apples and cinnamon in the air, and she greets you. Good day. How are you doing today?
Hello there. My name is Kiki. It's nice to meet you.
No pleasure, Kiki. How can I be of service?
I'm looking for something. It's a cape that my master monk told me about. It's called the Cape of the Mountebank. Do you have one of those?
I actually do, Right this way. And she's going to walk you down a couple of aisles, and where she will find a bright red cape. It is a little long, but you've had experience with magic items. It'll probably shrink. I do have
Oh
this
my
one.
gosh, that's
It's from a woman who used to come through town on a regular basis, a dwarven queen. It was no longer of use to her, and so she's decided to sell it. I can sell it to you for the fairly expensive sum of 8,000 gold.
oh wow. Yeah, that's a lot of gold.
It is, but it is a very useful cloak.
Yeah, that's what I was told. And it helps you sort of move around a little bit in a way that I can't do otherwise. But do you think? Oh, do you have a layaway plan? Maybe I could put some down now.
We can do a layaway. How much?
If I give you, I could give you 1,000 gold now. Or maybe even 1,200 gold now, and then I'll pay it off when I come back to town.
Very well, but I wouldn't be able to give you the cape until you've paid it off. Is that acceptable?
No, I understand. I just, I don't want you to sell it to someone else. That's the only thing.
Very well.
How much do you need? How much do you need, Kiki?
Oh, I don't. I'm nowhere close. I've only got about 1,300 gold total. So, but I figure, we'll make some.
You just got 16 platinum, though.
Yeah, no, that's including the 16 platinum. So that's it gives me 1,360 total in gold.
So there's a whole lot of things that are in the party loot bag that need to be divested of that should increase your total dollar amount.
Not yet. I am here with it, and you're not here.
I am not there.
And you're not around. I mean, I do have a couple of things that I'm not using at the moment, and Kiki's gonna hold up this a headband. It's a headband of intellect, and see if she would be interested in buying that.
I would. Let me see here. In fact, I will trade you the headband of intellect for the cape of the mountebank.
Oh, really? That's
Indeed.
amazing. Do you need more gold? Because this headband is,
I'll
it's a
gladly
little
take
tarnished.
1,000 gold on top of that.
Okay. All right. Here you go. Thank you so much.
That worked.
She smiles. And
Yeah,
she
I
gives
couldn't
you
use
a
that.
straight up trade with the 1,000 gold additional.
A little boot on top. Nice. Well, very nice doing business with you. I'm very happy with my purchase. Thank you.
I hope it serves you well. I hope it keeps you dry
I think it could.
and warm.
I think it'll serve the party well. Just so you guys know, I can cast I can cast a little magic with this and move pretty fast and take someone with me. So it I will display this in case anyone is interested.
Judith, I think most of us are in the same position I am. We are in need of formal clothing in order to go do some diplomatic discussions.
Oh, beautiful. Yes.
And I have a brooch of shielding that I'd like to trade.
Very well. Are you certain?
Yes.
Check before she trades it. Covet puts her hand on her shoulder and is like, "I would check to make sure that it protects you fully first. Does it change your armor at all in any way? If you would,
No. No, it's not attuned.
But if you do attune it, does it change your armor in any way?
Let me double check. No, it does not.
All it does is it
And if
gives
it does-
you resistance to force damage and immunity to damage from magic missile.
Right. But I
So if
have
it
I have the amulet of the devout, the cloak of protection, and the headband of intellect, which makes me immune to sleep and to being charmed.
Well, then if that is the case, then definitely sell it. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, it
So-
doesn't make any difference to my armor or anything. So that's why I was thinking just get rid of it and use that towards getting our formal clothes that we need.
Okay. Well, she will give you 6,500 gold for the brooch of shielding. And in exchange for 6,500 gold, she will take you down towards the formal clothing area, where you guys can spend 50 gold on elaborate nobleman's clothing. So, very nice finery. You guys can get all dolled up.
Covet will pick up 3 outfits that
herself?
are for herself.
Awesome.
That are one for each event that she is going to, one reflective of each court that she will be going to, not only for the Protectorate and Ayla's court that she will be a part of, but also the one in which to get us access possibly to Shantara Grove.
Okay. So you're going to spend
She will
150
also
gold.
do the same. She's going to end up spending 300 gold because
Okay.
she will be doing the same, getting clothing for Twilight as well.
Do you
Making
know
sure that is
Twilight's
the best of the
measurements?
best. I do, actually.
Yeah?
I do.
All right. Well, here's the fun part. I'm going to challenge. Pant size
Pant size is a 34
by,
with an in by 29.
okay. And shirt size,
He has a 14.5-inch neck.
okay. Do your hands fit around a 14.5-inch neck?
Believe it or not, yep.
Very well. Cool. So you're able to purchase the right ties and shirts and everything, and pants and undergarments and what
And I'm just
else?
saying, in real life, me in real life actually sold tuxedos for a living. So yes, I know what all these measurements are. Bam! Mic drop.
I tried to get her.
She measured her own groomsmen for her wedding.
I did.
Mm-hmm. Good job.
And I still measure for the theater. I still measure all of the men for all their costumes.
You gain 1 point.
Oh,
Good job. Good job. All right. So you were able to purchase clothes that would fit Twilight.
I'm going to buy 2 outfits
Sure.
because my mother will kill me if I don't come home really looking nice.
Very well.
But I need one for the Protectorate also, so I'm spending 100 gold.
Okay. I do need to ask Covet, though.
yes.
Do you buy good fitting or comfortably fitting clothing for Twilight?
I think good fit. I do good fitting clothing as well as clothing that, as in like that fit perfectly for his body, because she knows And then also they are going to complement Covet's outfit because they are going as a pair, as any royal couple would be.
So
Awesome.
it's just like +2 fine clothing, or is this
No,
just regular fine clothing?
it's just fine clothing. I believe it's actually called nobleman's clothing. I will double check.
And she's gonna look at everybody, and then she knows that Judith is gonna fit them right, but she is like going over each and every single one of them with a fine-tooth comb, considering she is a noble herself.
We lost. Oh, there she is again. Okay, cool. Yep.
It keeps shutting off, so I just restart it.
Okay. Cool. So, yeah, you are able to purchase your clothing. Covet spends 300 gold. Ayla spends 100 gold. Ayla, you ended up with a net profit of 6,400 gold. Kiki, would you purchase any clothing?
I am, yeah. Do they have any fine robes? Like
Yes.
I want to still be sort of monkey looking, monkish, not monkey.
I was going to go there. You were just going to get a little red vest is all you were going to get.
It's a red vest. That's bananas.
I'm
And a
not
fez.
seeing nobleman's clothing.
Yeah, you would have gotten a little red vest and a fez would have been your clothing.
I'm not seeing fine clothing anywhere except for like if it's +1. So.
Clothes.
15 gold.
It's clothes, not clothing. That's why you
Clothes.
can't find it.
Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is I'm seeing the 15 gold fine clothes. I'm not seeing the 50 gold noble clothes.
Okay, I will get it added. Give me a couple moments.
Okay.
Cool. So, as you guys get all dressed up, is Lauren buying clothes? Oh, go ahead, Awen.
I don't know the proper name for what I'm thinking of. I think it's called like a dress tuxedo. It's
Okay.
a mix of a dress and a tuxedo. Everyone would probably buy something like that.
Okay. Cool. So, you're going to spend 50 gold on it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, are you talking dress uniform or the very nice tuxedo dress?
Yeah, I don't know the exact name for it. I can look at the photo and send it in the chat.
Sure. That would be helpful. Remember, style is the most important stat. All right. And Islarin, would you be purchasing the noble clothing?
Absolutely. I think I'm going to get let's get 4 different outfits.
Okay. Awesome.
Covet sees this and gets another set of clothing just to for both her and Twilight, just to make sure, because she is going to be, she's not going to let anything, anyone or anything just outdo her in this regard. So she does that. Outfit number 4.
Damn it.
Okay.
Also complimenting.
Awesome. So, you guys should be able to find clothes. Oh, one moment. I had it ready. There it goes. Clothes noble should be on there, and for some reason it's not. Let me do that. There it goes. Clothes noble. There we go. All right, so Slarn bought clothes. Covet bought more clothes.
Of course I did. Clothes make
It's not showing up in my list at all.
Might take time.
Yeah, it might take a moment. Clothes come a noble. But Covet, you bought what, 8 suits of clothing?
I'm going to be giving 4 of them to Twilight.
Okay. Awesome. But for the time being, you're currently carrying 8 suits of clothing.
Yep, that sounds about right.
4 dresses with all the accoutrement, and
Yep.
4 suits and all of their accessories.
Yep,
You are encumbered.
doesn't surprise me. Goes into the haversack.
Okay, goes into the haversack. Awesome. Not like they could get wrinkled in there.
It's all right. I can fix this.
Uh-huh. Because you carry an iron and an ironing board.
Oh, I will. I go into a spa and get a steam.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Cool. So, is there anything else you would like to purchase at Judith's Intricacies and Oddities? Or sell?
Judith, we're going to be going to the protectorate where Islarin is from, and there's going to be lots of water, and we might have to go in the water. Is there anything you've got that could help us?
I have a few things.
Yeah.
I have 2 capes of the manta ray, which may be of assistance.
Those would help, sure.
How much are those, out of curiosity?
He checks the price list. 6,000 gold each. They look like this.
Do you have anything smaller?
Perhaps. And she's going to go down the way towards the various diadems that she has, little crowns and tiaras. Let's see here. What does she have else? She has caps of water breathing. These appear to be fairly ugly, but will do the job.
Caps of water breathing?
How much
It's
was
on-
one of those caps? They're kind of ugly,
1,000
but I think
gold.
they do the job.
Yep.
She buys one for Twilight.
Okay.
And is there any way to make them look prettier?
She smiles. Perhaps you could bedazzle them.
Great. She buys 2, one for herself and one for Twilight.
So she only has 1 left after this.
I don't know, Awen or Ayla, do either of you need one?
Wait a minute. The
I'm assuming
manta
it's
ray.
not
Hold up. The manta ray, are they before she buys them, before she buys the caps, because she is just cringing at these things. How much is the manta ray thing again?
6,000 gold.
And does it
6,000 gold.
and does it have to be attuned?
The Book of the Manta Ray, I believe, does have to be attuned.
Yeah, it's an attunement item.
No, it is not.
Really?
It is not.
The Montbec and the Manta Ray do not need attunement.
Yeah, Cloak of the Manta Ray does
Oh.
not require attunement. While wearing this cloak, with its hood up, you can breathe underwater, and you have a swim speed of 60 feet. Pulling the hood
And what
up-
about
Okay,
the
I
cap?
want Manta Ray cloak.
You want the Manta Ray cloak? Okay. So Ayla buys the Manta Ray cloak.
Okay.
For 8,
I will
8,
6.
6,000 gold.
6. Okay. Okay. Not as bad as I thought.
I'm gonna grab the cap of water breathing and do
The
what
third
she
one?
can. I'm gonna grab 2 of them total.
Okay, cool. You've spent 2,000 gold.
Twilight, you owe me.
I sent some examples I could find
Okay,
in the Cards Against the Gods chat.
taking a look. One moment. Oh, awesome. I love those. Those are really cool.
Yeah, I kind of based A1's entire around the medieval time.
Yep. Very cool. So almost a Interesting. Let me see if I can find this. I'm going to try to find what these are actually called. Okay, these are called Regina dresses or vampire jackets. Cool.
Ooh, those are sick. I love those.
Yep. Awesome. Yep. Vampire queen dresses or tail jackets. Mm-hmm. Really nice.
I like the coats that are associated with those.
Yes, those are really neat. I could not pull one of those off in my current state. I would need to lose a good 100 pounds.
Oh, I could pull it off.
I know you could
well.
because you weigh 100 pounds less than I do. I'm literally 50% more than you are.
Kevin's been trying for years to get me into those.
Then why have you resisted?
I actually have one upstairs.
Oh, okay.
Ish.
Okay. Well. Cool.
Excuse me, Miss Judith, do you know how to enchant things?
I don't, but my assistant Borges does.
So I've got a deal I want to make with you. See this beautiful anklet that my friend Islaren made?
Yes.
I was wondering
nice.
if you could give this enchanted so that I would know how to swim, and then also maybe buy one of those caps from you. And in exchange, I would give you this beautiful short bow that I have.
Which short bow do you have?
I have a short bow +1.
Okay. You would need to talk to Borges, and Borges will tell you that he can do the enchantment so that you can swim, but then you would have to purchase the water cap to breathe underwater. The enchantment cost is going to be, in addition to the cap, what was the value of the anklet, Islaren?
300 gold.
All right. So total, it's going to be 5,300 gold to get the anklet enchanted so that you can breathe underwater and swim.
Interesting. Okay. I also have this beautiful ring that if you're wearing it, you can't get hurt as much by fire.
Okay.
So I would trade you this plus the short bow.
All right. Let's see. So the short bow would reduce the cost by 1,000 gold. Distance, if I can spell properly. So we can do it for just the ring and the purchase of the cap. So for the ring and 1,000 gold, we can enchant the anklet to allow you to swim and breathe underwater.
Well, let me sell you the short bow too, because I don't have 1,000 gold anymore because I already spent that on this lovely cape.
Very well.
But here you go. This
Cool.
is perfect.
And what was the anklet called?
It is the unrelenting flowing water anklet.
Okay. Anklet of unrelenting flow. All right.
Is that the water that flows in and out of your lungs?
Something.
Unrelentingly.
Okay. Give me a couple moments to get that made. Cool. Awesome.
All right. Those are all the things I needed to do here. Thank you so much, Judith. You're amazing.
Of course. It's not that I'm amazing or anything. It's just that Judith is.
I mean, you're amazing too. Sorry. I just, I was talking. I hadn't really seen you that much, but you're right. You did a great job on this enchanting.
All right.
Cabot looks at Islaren and says, "What do you want me to do with these gems? Are you still wanting me to keep these so you can work on them, or would you prefer me to sell them? What would you prefer?"
If you would allow me the time to work on them, then it will be of greater use in the future than it would be if we sold them now. Although if we need to sell some now, I don't mind.
We can wait. But if it is okay with you and the rest of the group, I can sell everything else and make us some money as a whole. And she looks around to the rest of the group that is with her.
It's up to you all. I know we got this all together, but I am a monk of simple needs. Outside of a few magic items that I just purchased. Thank you so much.
Not that his clothing and equipment now are worth like 24,000 gold.
But simple.
Yeah,
But
simple.
You're a simple bird with simple needs.
Exactly.
Yeah. So let's
Just 24,000 gold worth of needs.
which is
Yes,
equal to
it's-
500 years of pay.
So she looks at the rest of the group.
Boy, vey. Well, I have what I need.
Should I sell the rest of this?
I would, because you're just going to have to haul it around otherwise.
Okay. So with that, she says, "Well, I have this to sell."
Okay. Awesome. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep.
7,
Yep.
8, 9. I'm still adding.
You're still adding. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
You need a calculator.
I have it. Checking all the prices here. Getting all these together. All right.
And of course, she does, if she decides to sell all this, she splits it amongst the party, of course.
Okay. All right. So the value is 11,480, and she's going to offer you 8,600 gold for it.
Wow. That's a lot of gold.
Would you like to take 8,600 gold for those items?
She knows that Judith runs a hard bargain. Can we just round this off to 9,000 and just call it even?
Please
That
roll
would
your
make me
perception-
happy.
Your
It's
persuasion
easier.
check. Your persuasion check,
It's just
please.
easier to. Yes. It's just easier to split. No, it doesn't work that way. Okay.
No.
Okay, so 8,600 you said?
Yes.
That's a fair price.
Okay. Okay, that's fair. I'm cool with that. Hold on.
Okay. Cool. Anything else?
There's how many of us? 6 in this group? 1, 2,
Yes.
3, 4, 5. Everybody gets 1,433. 1,433. Gold.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. Are you guys done in Judas Intricacies and Oddities?
Not quite yet.
Okay.
She looks at she pulls Judith aside quietly, and she's like, I'm in a little over my head, I feel. I have some diplomatic things going on, and I just need something to help me with calming my nerves and making sure that my tongue is steady enough to do what I need to do. Do you have anything that could help me?
Such as? You're looking for what exactly?
Something that makes me feel confident, because right now I have nothing. There's much resting on my shoulders.
All right. And out of character, what are you trying to get a bonus to?
It's more of just if I can get this out, diplomacy. Just to help her with not necessarily anything magical, but just something that can give her confidence, more than just that red lipstick that she wears when she's not confident.
Judith is going to smile. I think I know just the thing. And she's going to walk you towards the front and to the display case where she's got some jewelry. And you said you were going to the Protectorate. Is that correct?
That is correct, among other places, but that is the first.
Then perhaps this would help with your confidence. I find that these types of things are beneficial for comfort and confidence. And she will show you an elaborate bracelet and hand wrap. It's made of a turquoise metal and has black pearls beaded onto it. And it goes around your wrist, and then the rest of it goes as a ring over your middle finger, forming a little web across the back of your hand.
It's lovely.
The best part is this.
Just
One of the beads fits right into your palm to where you can use it as a fidget while talking.
that is perfect for me. But not to where it will be seen easily.
The fidget itself won't be seen, but the jewelry will be visible. It looks very nice. It'll fit nicely with the clothing you purchased.
How much?
I could part with it for 25 gold. It's not a magical trinket, but it is pretty.
It will work for me. I appreciate it, Judith. Thank you.
Okay. And go ahead and put a Schnozen bracelet on your character sheet. Schnozen bracelet.
If I can get it to pull up. Yeah.
It would need to be a custom item. All right. Anything else you guys need? No? All right. Then we'll go...
Actually,
Yes.
I think I'd want to nervously approach Borges and ask if he can enchant my shield as a +1 enchantment.
What shield do you currently have? Just a regular shield?
I have 2 shields. The one I want to enchant is just the regular shield.
Okay. He can do that. He charges 1,000 gold for it.
Okay, I will pay him 1,000 gold.
He's going to take the Shinoza Protectorate shield into the back room, where a flurry of rainbow lights will arc around, and you can tell that he's enchanting. It looks like a welder's flashes from behind there. And after about 30 minutes, he returns with your shield, which now shimmers with the magical sheen.
We'll nod at him in thanks.
Of course, anytime. He looks you up and down in thanks. Cool.
I'll let that pass without comment.
Of course.
I think as Lauren would. Just gonna let it roll off of her.
Okay. He hasn't touched you, but he will observe. All right. Anything else?
Actually, you know what? She would give him a kind of "Are you done?" look.
He smiles and goes over to his stool and climbs up.
Nothing else for you, though.
Is just before we go, Covet does ask, where is the best place to outfit a ship to make sure that it has everything that we need for it?
Judith looks at Borges, and Borges nods. You would need to talk to either Luther, Zrad, or Samara. Either one of the 3 could provide you with the goods you're needing.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Of course. Have a good day. And safe journeys.
Thank you for all the help with Estrella. We may be going back soon, but... Oh, and fear is no longer in the mountain. Fear is delicious.
She raises an eyebrow meaningfully at that. Interesting. There are many fears. Be cautious.
Of course. It's amazing what happens when you become a wayfarer.
Her eyes widen for a moment, which is not something that happens very often. She's not often surprised. But she won't comment on it. You can just tell that she is surprised that you brought that up.
Covet nods and says, again, I appreciate the advice.
Of course. Have a wonderful time. And stay dry when you can.
Of course. It doesn't do a thing for my hair.
Perhaps one of these, and she will give you a little gift. It's a small little pouch, little fabric pouch. This might help. I haven't needed it in many, many years, and you might find it more handy than me.
Covet looks in the pouch.
It looks like a spider web in the pouch, made of gold. It's a hairnet.
Oh my god. Hilarious.
That's awesome, though.
It's a gold hairnet for swimming.
Which would be gorgeous.
Thanks. I appreciate the protection.
She smiles.
So,
It won't protect very well, but it will keep things from getting tangled.
that is true. I appreciate it. It was very kind of you.
Don't forget it.
No, she puts it in her pack.
Okay. Have a nice day.
You too.
And you guys go back out into the town. And as you guys leave Judith's Intricacies and Oddities and get out into the wonderful air, the camera pans across town to Twilight's Call, alone in the town. Twilight, this is not a question of if you did, but what kind of junk food did you pick up now that you were unobserved?
Chili dogs.
Chili dogs.
Great.
Okay. Did you pick up a beverage? Twilight's Call is unsupervised. It's chili dogs, tater tots, and what kind of beverage?
A cherry limeade.
A cherry limeade. Someone misses
You can't
Sonic.
tell that's what we. You can't tell that's what we missed at all. Nope.
The one thing you can have, Sonic. All right. So, wielding a chili dog.
Sonic, please sponsor us.
Dude, if Sonic ever heard about me and decided to sponsor the channel, I would accept that sponsorship so fast. Like, you guys have no idea. Oh, man.
Hashtag Sonic.
Hashtag Sonic. All right. I'm not sponsored by them, but I would love to be. As you guys... Good? Good.
Twilight is apprehensive.
Mm-hmm.
He has zero desire for what he's getting ready to do. But he knows that he's been putting this off longer than what he probably should have.
Okay. Cool. So, as you, Twilight, head down the street, you'll come to the Temple of MKL.
A little worse for wear for what occurred here earlier.
You stand at the base of the steps. What would you like to do?
Might as well get this over with. And he proceeds up inside.
All right. As you step onto the first stair, you lose a level.
Figures as much and continues on.
The next step, you lose another level. You continue until you are nothing but a commoner. You have a 10 in all stats. You have no class features. You have no class abilities. You know no spells. You arrive to the top of the steps and are greeted there by one of the clerics. Welcome, my son.
You know who I am.
You are a brother of the church.
I wouldn't label it that.
Come in.
And I follow.
He guides you inside. Inside, it's fairly clean, except for the fact that the altar at the front is broken shattered, in fact. The various clerics, other than this one, are standing around looking at you expectantly as you come inside. They're flanking the room. It's almost like an ambush, but no one's taking any offensive action, and you see no weapons. Perhaps it's just been too long since you went to church. Are they judging you? Maybe not. What would you like to do, Twilight?
I will approach the broken altar. I will pay them no heed because I have no association with the church, but we share a deity.
Okay, you approach the altar. No one stops you.
Whether or not they recognize a herald, emissary, not necessarily a handmaiden, but, well, because I'm not female, but I guess a hand knight or a executor or a one who is trusted with that which they worship.
Okay.
I wouldn't say I have a distaste, but there's very much a I'm here because I have to, not because I want to. Aura of Twilight as he makes his way forward.
Okay. You make your way forward to the altar. They are expectant, but not approaching. You were allowed to approach the altar alone.
I will perform whatever it is that I have been taught in order to engage with that which I am beholden.
So, as you stand before the altar, equal to everyone else in the room, you pray. Can I get a religion check, sir?
I'm actually going to use guidance in this because almost that's kind of what I'm seeking.
Unfortunately, you have no spells.
That is true. This sucks.
So, with a 20, you pray. And you feel your prayer is heard. What do you wish to communicate to your God?
I am here as you have requested. I have sought to execute your will. I have done as required and am continuing to accomplish my mandate. However, I find myself not necessarily at crossroads, but in a situation that is contrary to what is natural, contrary to what is or what as it should. Looking for guidance, direction that will free me of my servitude and satisfy my requirements.
As you stand there, you feel a wave of peace come over you. Not an obligation, not a pull, not something that is required of you. More of a release, a presence that is calming and soothing, comforting. You don't hear the voice, but the name Angel Sin enters your mind. Deliver Angel Sin. That's what you feel. You know, without hearing the voice of your god, that to fulfill the god's wish, Angel Sin must be delivered to MKL, joining his and hers graceful grasp for all time. But you are not beholden to the god. You are not a slave. You have your own free will. And until the time when you come to meet MKL forever, you are free. Should you choose to turn away, your abilities related to the god would be lost, but you would not be shunned, simply ignored.
Twilight ponders on such revelations, acknowledges the end state and requirement, realizes the shared purpose to a desired end state, and almost, I don't want to say a boon, but seeks not enlightenment, but a assistance to enact said divine desire.
Okay. So, are you ready to walk away from the altar? Or are you looking for something more?
He's looking for something more.
Okay.
Something that truly relinquishes his service to MKL upon completion.
I'm not sure I understand as a GM. You trying to end the relationship with MKL?
Trying to end the mandate. The I don't want to say contract, but that which forces his beholden. But if that's that common calming and release of where it's no longer in place,
Yes.
he's
Yes.
almost curious because that wasn't what the original agreement was, unless he is satisfied what his mandate was.
The original mandate has been released. You are not locked in. You may remain in service if you choose, but it's optional.
Does that apply to his spouse as well?
She hasn't come here.
He thinks on this for a while. Almost wants to know what it would take for her release as well.
You find that, thinking about that, let's roll an insight check. With the 19, Covet has made some deals that are not exactly in line with the church's faith. What the teachings of MKL are that it's supposed to be a final death, not a consumption of the souls, not a manipulation of them for one's own benefit. Covet is in direct opposition to the faith of MKL and is probably not on his good side at the moment. This is not a surprise to you, though.
Yeah, Twilight was already kind of figuring that and had voiced such speculations with his wife already, especially with some of the shadow-like capabilities that reflected the powers that he had experienced in and around Shantara Grove. His last will be towards the fate of Shantara Grove and the potential restoration of his birthright.
The rest of the prayer is okay. And there's not much feedback from your god about that. More of, you need to make a decision whether you want to follow the teachings of MKL or not. Should you choose to, then one path would open to you. If not, a different one does. You're at a crossroads, Twilight, and no one can make this decision for you.
And see, Twilight finds himself not necessarily in disagreement of MKL and the teachings, very much in disagreement of the radical church that is here in Toivola. But if truly is released, I don't know that he would stray from the path that he's currently on, because that's what he's known for the last few years. There isn't really something that is pulling him away if he is no longer mandated.
Right.
So he will find, I don't want to say comfort, but normalcy in maintaining that's what he's currently have, especially if it's no longer held over his head.
Right. Well, one of the things you notice about the clerics in this specific location is that they are not going through town attacking people who cast spells. They have not opposed you at all. These do not appear to be related to the Church of MKL.
These are to the god itself, not
Right.
the radical.
Correct.
Okay.
The 14 clerics in this place appear to be true clerics of MKL, not of the religious order.
And like I said, Twilight doesn't have issues being the herald of death. Twilight doesn't have issues of writing that which MKL had mandated before. And having this release, having this comfort, the removal of this obligation is new, but he is not looking to truly part if he truly has that free will of choice at this point in time.
Which he does.
So he will maintain the status quo until such time that it is no longer befitting his desired instinct.
Very well. So, are you ready to turn away from the altar to head out?
He is.
The cleric that walked you in walks up to you as you walk away from the altar. I trust you have found your peace, brother.
I have found release and comfort. I guess that can be described as peace.
Imkale teaches us that we are all equal. May their grasp hold you when you have doubts.
May I bring about the final death for those that need it.
Is that not the teachings of our God? Bring death to those whose time it is to meet him. Do not hasten the death of those whose time it is not.
Those that find themselves within my sight, their time has come.
The cleric nods. May Imkale guide your bow.
And swift death to my enemy.
And may the meeting of your bow and their hearts be swift
And silent.
and silent. And he will walk you out the front, where he looks at you and nods. Eventually, brother, we will have to introduce you to our God.
That introduction has occurred many times.
The head tilts to the side, curious. May you introduce others to our God sooner than you were introduced to him yourself.
Twilight nods and walks away.
And as you head down the stairs, you will regain your levels. And Twilight, you head off into Nausha, looking to introduce people to your God. The cleric goes inside the temple.
Angelson. Of course, it is Angelson. I go to link up with my party.
Okay, easy enough to do. After all, Islarin is hard to miss in a crowd. Covet is also hard to miss. It's hard to miss people who have teal hair in a crowd. You realize that your entire party is dressed either in green, teal, or blue. You guys are a very, color theory, cool party.
I'm one cool cat.
Are we all strike a pose? Those fashion poses?
As you go Vogue, that's where we're going to end for today.
Go on rogue.
Yep, better than going rogue. I think that's a great spot for us to end for today, and we will come back next week as you guys board your ship and prepare to go out to sea.